think it's so funky, so fab. My husband would absolutely hate it. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am back with my updated wish list. I haven't actually done a wish list for 2022 yet. I knocked a lot of things off my wish list before the summer, that Birkin over there being a big one. Also a few other things in here that I had wanted for a very long time, and I went ahead and bought them. So I then went to Ban Island. I took a complete and utter spending freeze for a period of 3 months. I was on Ban Island for July, August and September, and I can tell you I successfully stayed on Ban Island for 3 months. And I know that sounds like first world problems. Oh my goodness, you managed not to shop for 3 months. Well done. Let me hear the round of applause. I can hear it. I hear it from my husband. But for me and the way I had been shopping, I needed to take a break, and I needed to consciously take a break because I had been shopping a lot. So I went to Ban Island for 3 months. I wanted to recover some funds, top up those funds again, and just stop for a while because I felt I was shopping a lot, excessively. And I had things I hadn't even opened, bags that were still in boxes. I still have a bag that I had bought before I went to Ban Island that I still haven't unboxed or opened or used. That's crazy. So I needed to take a break. So I went to Ban Island for 3 months, and I am back. I am off Ban Island, and I thought, what better way to come off Ban Island than to put together my wish list. Now, confession time. I have already ticked off some of the things that were on my new wish list since I came off Ban Island. I have already bought some of the things that were on my list. Some of the things are older, they're pre-loved, so I had been searching for them and they came up not long after I came off Ban Island, and I'd obviously been putting money away when I wasn't shopping, so I had the money to get them. So some things have already been ticked off, and I will be sharing those unboxings with you in weeks to come. There is also going to be a vlog sale. I put a post on my Instagram and I said if I was selling some of my pieces, did you want me to do a vlog sale? And the vast majority of people said yes. So there will be a vlog sale. Anything that doesn't sell, that's fine. It will go to consignment. I'm doing the vlog sale more to give people the opportunity to buy any of these things rather than wanting to sell them on this platform. I don't want to take advantage of my audience on this platform, but people want me to do this. So anything that doesn't sell will go to consignment. And that is because I'm not doing one in, one out. I've said that so many times, but because of the amount that I have shopped over the last couple of years, the amount I've shopped before the summer there, having bought these other things since I came off Ban Island and having ticked off some things, I just don't want to keep adding and adding and adding and adding to the amount of bags that I have. I already feel that I have a huge amount of handbags, probably too many handbags, and I don't want ones sitting in here that I have no intention of really using or using that often. So I have decided to let some things go because of what has come into my closet, and it's so as I can actually wear all of the bags that I have, and there aren't ones sitting here that I don't even really want to use. So there is going to be a vlog sale there will be handbags, and there'll be some other things. There'll be I think there's going to be some shoes and accessories and SLGs in the vlog sale. So I will give you notice of when that's going to be, because finally I have taken a decision which a lot of you probably knew was coming for a long, long time. And the Chanel bucket bag will be in the vlog sale. And I have had so many messages over the months from you guys asking me if I was going to sell the Chanel bucket bag, if I could let you know. But there have been so many that I am letting everybody know that it's going to be in the vlog sale. I think that's probably the fairest way to do it, and to give everybody an opportunity if they want to buy that bag, because I've no idea who messaged me first. So that's going to be there, and I will give prior notice of when the vlog sale is going to be. So now that that's out of the way, let's get into my wish list. And let's start with Dior, because there's actually the most things from Dior on my wish list at present, and that's normally not the case. It's normally Chanel and Louis Vuitton, but there's quite a lot of Dior, so let's start with there. The first bag is the 30 Montaigne box bag. This has been on my wish list for quite some time, and I think it will probably eventually come. I absolutely love the Louis Vuitton Petite Malle. Love it. It's one of my absolute favourites. And the box bag gives me petite mal vibes. It's that type of box, clues in the name. It's that type of hard-sided box, and it's in the oblique, which I love from Dior. I also think it would be fabulous if they brought it out in one of the really bright colours that they've had. They brought out the micro Lady Dior in the bright orange and the bright yellow and the bright pink. I think the box bag in one of those would be fab. But at the minute, I really love the blue Dior. Blue oblique. I would also love it in the burgundy oblique if they brought that out. So that is on my wish list. It has been and it's staying there. I can't seem to get it off, and it's a bag that I think about quite a lot. Another bag from Dior that has crept onto my wish list and kind of caught me by surprise, and it was when I was looking through the new season stuff from Dior on the website, and it is the mini saddle bag. Now, I haven't tried a mini saddle bag, so this is caveated by saying I need to try it on. I need to see if my phone fits in it. I did watch a review on YouTube, and I think you can angle your phone into it and it might sit up a little bit, but it'll still close. But I would really like to try the mini saddle bag. I love the saddle bag that I have. I think it's just edgy and cool. So I would really like to try the mini one. I think it looks pretty fab. So that is on my list. Next is a small book tote. Now, would I actually buy this? I don't know, but I will put the picture in of the one that I saw on Instagram that sent my head a spinning, and I loved it. I posted it on my Instagram, I reposted it, and I just think it's really fabulous. So they bring the small book totes out in some really cool funky prints, and I think if one was to come in a really cool funky print at the time when I was able to get it, I think I would potentially add one. The Birkin has kind of taught me a lesson, because I had always thought that type of bag to carry and just carry like that I wouldn't use. But I use the Birkin a lot, and I use the Birkin to go and get the groceries, and I use the Birkin going to the shop. So I think if I use that as much as I do, I probably would use the small book tote. Now, I would get an organizer for it to give it a little bit of strength and to give it a bit of shape, but I wouldn't rule it out. So a small book tote is circling around in there. Still on Dior is the Walk and Dior sneakers, and it's Stella's fault that I love these. She has them, I think, in the beigey colour, and that's the colour that still sticks in my mind. I think they're really, really fun looking. I think they're really cool. I think they go with a lot of outfits. I like the way they would go with denim, they would go with skirts, they would go with a lot. So these are on my list and have been for a while, and they're something that I really want to try. Next is another pair of Tribals, and it's the one specifically that I think Tiana Perry has, and they are the pearl Tribals that have the chains all from them. There's lots of chains going on, and I'm not really given a good impression of what they look like, but they've chains coming round them and looping and all, and I think they look pretty fab. And those chained ones have been on my list for a while, and I think they're still there. I would really like to get those. I think they would be a real statement. I have my Idyl diamonds in at the minute. I like an earring that isn't too heavy because I get headaches, but that I can make a bit of a statement with. So those Tribals are on my list. Last thing from Dior is the Dior Caro belt bag with pouch. Now, I first saw the Louis Vuitton utility belt bag that has pouches over it, and I sent it to Bestie, and he was like, what? How do you think you're wearing that? I'm not too sure about that. What do you think you're going to look like in that? And I took his point. You know, when I pictured it in certain outfits, it was one of those things that I was wishing for my fantasy life. If I was an influencer and I was always, dressing really, really well like influencers do, and I had always outfits put together that weren't reliant on walking 4 dogs and looking after 2 children, I think you could style it really, really well. But I don't think I would have the opportunity to do that often. This one, the Dior Caro belt pouch bag, is a little bit more user-friendly, I think, because it's black. It's not as much to it. The pouch is quite small. I like the chain across it. I think I could maybe do things with that. So that is on my list, and I would like to try it. Another thing that was on my list, and skirts on and off my list, and it's the Loewe belt that most of the influencers have. Was I influenced? No. Yes. I would like to try it because I think I have a pot belly, and I have always had a pot belly. Even when I'm tiny, I have a pot belly. So it seems to be the way it would sit around your waist and then sit out. that I think it might work well for that, but I don't know if it would be too much for me and if I wouldn't wear it. But it's one of those things that skirts around in there and I would be interested to try. Moving on to Hermes. Shock! You'll never believe what it is. Mini Kelly. Really? Didn't think that. Yes. The Mini Kelly I think will be forever on my wish list. It's very, very hard to get. I don't have a huge Hermes profile. It is on my wish list in store. I will be shocked if I get one from the store. I do not have the funds, or I would not be spending the funds to buy one pre-loved, because it's a lot more than the Birkin was pre-loved. But I think they're fabulous, and in a real pop of colour. A pink or a purple or an orange or a yellow, something that's really, really in your face pop of colour. I would love in a Mini Kelly. So that's top of my wish list, top of my Hermes wish list. I would also really like a Kelly belt, and I like the Kelly belt because it's not tied to what size I am. It moves along, and it was Joe from Jojo Lux who actually taught me that it moves along, and you can wear it at any size, and I think I would really like that in a tan colour to go with certain dresses or certain outfits, or black. I think it would work in both, so that's on my list from Hermes. I did have a few fashion jewellery bracelets. I had been looking for one of these in the Nada colour, which is like the creamy colour. I thought in the summer it would have been really nice, but they didn't get it in. There was a Click Clack that was in a certain colourway that they couldn't get either, but those kind of come and go when the seasons go and the colours change. I would also really like the H Click Clack in the sort of colour I have the Birkin in, but that's just dependent on what they get in. But top of the list would be the Mini Kelly and the Kelly belt. Chanel. Let's talk Chanel and the very high Chanel price increases. There are not that many Chanel bags, new bags, on my wish list anymore, and that's because of the cost and how it keeps going up. Now, I can never rule out, say, whenever bags like this come out, I love this bag. This bag is right up my street. It's sequins, it's stripy, it's colour, it's in your face, it's gaudy, some might say. I say it's fabulous. So whenever something like this comes out, that's going to be on my wish list because it's seasonal, it's out at the time, I get caught up in the colour or whatever it is, I love it and I want to add it. So things like that will always come on and off my wish list, but I can't really plan them on my wish list because you don't know what's going to come out as seasonal bags. When it comes to the classics though, I don't know how many more Chanel classics I'm going to buy. Now, I do have a Chanel unboxing, the one that I'm telling you about that's been in this closet from before Ban Island, way before Ban Island, but it's for a professional achievement, which I'm very close to, but not just there yet. That will be unboxed, but that's been here for quite some time. I don't know how many more either medium classic flaps, jumbo, boy bag, Gabrielle, any of those that I'm going to buy, trendy, because of the cost of them, because they've got, it would have to be a colour or something that I really, really fall hard for because of how far they've gone up in the price increases. I think what's going to be more realistic that's going to catch my eye are seasonal bags like this, bigger seasonal bags, or minis. So a traditional mini, although these are hard to get. They come out in certain colours. I am lucky enough to have quite a few colours in these, so it would have to be one that I don't have. I know I buy repeats. I know as I see it, I say it. As I said, I see it. I know. But I would try to keep to being different colours that I'm adding. So I think for me it'll be more seasonal bags or minis from Chanel. But what's on my list is a pair of Chanel trainers, and they are old. So I know I'm not going to get these ones. But if they were to re-release these in any of the seasons, I would really like a pair of these. I've wanted a pair of these for some time. I did see them in Paris, but they only had one random size left that didn't fit me. But if these get re-released, a pair of these are absolutely on my wish list. The other thing that's on my wish list from Chanel is the Coco Crush diamond ring in the gold, and it's to go on this finger. So for the longest time, I had the Hermes CDC, I think it's called, ring in the rose gold with the little circle for this finger on my wish list, but they are sold out of it in my size everywhere, I am told, and I've now replaced it with the Coco Crush gold ring with the diamonds in it. I think it's stunning, and I mix my metals. I have on my Nordgreen watch that is in the stainless steel. I have gold jewellery on here from Ana Luisa. I have my diamonds on. I have my gold jewellery on from I have on from Ana Luisa, Idyl and Louis Vuitton. So I mix metals, that doesn't bother me in the slightest. So I would like the gold Cocoa Crush with the diamond ring for this finger, the thinner one. I think with my stumpy little fingers, the thinner one looks best. I would also like to add one more classic flap in a colour. That's got a question mark. I'm just throwing it out there. Very expensive. Let's see. That's got a question mark. I did have on my wish list from Chanel, and then I caught myself on, had a word with myself. I did have on my list Chanel woolly hat and Chanel fingerless gloves. The woolly hat, I have since seen one that I really like in House of Fraser for £30, and I'm going to buy that because it doesn't need to be a Chanel woolly hat. It just needs to be a nice woolly hat. I like to wear a woolly hat. I have fuzzy hair. If I get caught in the rain, and it rains a lot here, my hair goes from here to here, and it's hideous. And I don't like it. So I will carry a woolly hat in my handbag quite a lot in the Neverfull when I'm going to work in the winter, because I can throw it on and at least this part will look a bit wavy. It's when here gets it, bad look. So that stays with me, but I'm going to get the one in House of Fraser that's about £30. And I do really like the fingerless gloves from Chanel. I think Stella was maybe where I first saw these as well, but they have them with the CC here and I think they're fab. Whether or not I would actually buy the Chanel ones or just get a normal pair, potentially maybe the normal ones, because I am trying to be very mindful with my shopping. I'm trying to rein it in a little. I have shopped since coming off Ban Island, but as I say, I'm doing the vlog sale. I'm just trying to be sensible. Louis Vuitton, historically my favourite design house, and I love their monogram, as we all know, but there's not that much from Louis Vuitton on here. There is a jumper which I will put in the screen, but it's over £2,000. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think it's so funky, so fab. My husband would absolutely hate it. And it's over £2,000 for a jumper. I tend not to really buy that type of jumper. So I don't know. I think it might be too expensive or too much money for what it is and how often I would wear it. So maybe not, but I love it. I think it's absolutely fabulous. It's so cool and quirky, and it gets my attention, and I think it's fab. So that jumper I think is great. I also really like the sleeveless puffer coat from Louis Vuitton, and I'll put a picture in. This, I think, more, the pieces of ready-to-wear that I do have from Louis Vuitton are coats. I have a jacket and a coat, and that's because I can wear them season in, season out over different clothes, whereas a jumper, not quite the same because it's very distinctive. There's only so many times you can wear the jumper that it's going to have to get washed and looked after, and it's going to get worn more. So the coats I think are probably better investments for me, as in investments into my wardrobe. The jumper, because of what it is, maybe not. I do have a Chanel jumper, but I got it at a relatively good price with points from Brown Thomas, and it was actually not as expensive as I thought it was going to be. And I do have my Dior shirt, but I have worn that a huge amount and it was nowhere near the price of the jumper. But I think the sleeveless puffer coat from Louis Vuitton is probably more a practical choice because I could wear it over things. I think I could probably wear it more. The only thing about it is it's quite similar style to my Louis Vuitton bomber jacket. So whether or not I would buy both, I don't know, because as I keep saying, I'm trying to be very sensible. Shock. And finally from Louis Vuitton, what is on my wish list is one of the classics, and it is the Petite Boîte Chapeau, the hard-sided one. I think this bag is a vibe. It's a vibe. How often I would use it, on the other hand, I don't know, because it probably would be worn similar to when you use this, and I love this. I love that bag. So I don't know how much I would use it. It is like the hat box. It does have the vachetta little handle. I think it's a vibe. I think it's really, really cool. It's something I think I would like to add at one point. I'm not in a hurry to add, but I do think it's a really, really cool bag. I then did have on my wish list the YSL large shopper tote, and if you watched my recent Dublin vlog, I tried this on in Dublin and I fell in love with it. I think it's fabulous. It's the black quilted leather with the large YSL over your shoulder. I think it's beautiful. It's such a lovely leather. It was light. I just really, really loved it. It's quite all over social media, which I didn't like it really when I saw it on social media, to be honest. I thought too big for me, too everywhere for me. But when I tried it in store, I actually really liked it. It's not on my wish list anymore though, because I've bought something else. So what what I wanted as the YSL tote bag, I had on my wish list a bigger bag. Now this is not so much the big bag trends coming back and I'm going to start buying lots of big bags. I prefer small bags. But I wanted a bigger bag that was an alternative to the Neverfull, that wasn't so much just a tote, that I could carry my agenda in, that I could maybe carry bits and pieces for my children in, and that I could carry a bit more. And the biggest one I probably have, that would probably be the Chanel 19 or the Birkin, apart from the Neverfull. So I wanted a bigger bag and I've bought one, and it wasn't the YSL shopper tote. The YSL shopper tote though was really on the list as a potential because I think it's really, really stunning. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful bag, but I ended up going for something else, and I will show you that at some point. But I think the shopper tote, to anybody that has it, fabulous, fabulous bag. And finally on my wish list, I would like another bracelet that is fine jewellery, and this one is from Ana Luisa, and I haven't taken this off since I got it. This one's similar. I haven't really taken this off either. Now I know these are not fine jewellery, but I've been wearing them in the shower and you're not supposed to do that. And I know that means that they will tarnish and I won't get as long out of them, but I've been lazy and I've kept them on. What I would like to add to this is that Idyl, who have brought out this is from Idyl. I love Idyl. You'll hear me talk about it a lot. I love these earrings. They're diamonds. I think Idyl's fabulous. This is Idyl as well. They now have bracelets, and the one that I love is they have a bracelet that is very fine and similar to this, but it has diamonds along it like this. And I think it's really, really stunning. So that is something that is on my wish list as well, to go with this one and just to give a bit of diamond, a bit of a look with that, and that's also made it onto my list. Okay, that was an update on what's on my wish list at present. As I say, a lot's been ticked off already since I came off Ban Island, but I'm being sensible and we're doing the vlog sale, and some things will go to make way for the things that are coming in. These are the other things that are tottering about in there. But with seasonal items, there's going to be things that pop up. There's going to be things that I see in my impulsive nature and that we had no idea were coming, and I will keep you posted on those. But for now, this is what is on my wish list. I do have, if anybody is interested in Idyl, not sponsored, but I do have a discount code that I will link down below. I have one actually for Ana Luisa as well. I will link that down below. Oh, I have one for Nordgreen for the watch as well, and I will link that down below. Not sponsored by any of them, but I obviously wear their pieces. Thank you so much for watching me. Thank you for being here. Please take care, and I will see you again in the next one.